everybody. Welcome along this afternoon to our Queensland Southern Outback trade travel presentation. I just want to let you all know that it will be recorded. So if any of your members or other Probus tour organisers are keen to have a look at the presentation after and play it back, you can do that, and we will share it with the Probus Plus when that's available. We do welcome questions throughout the presentation by all means, but if you'd like to just stay on mute to hear the presentation, and then at the end we can invite questions, or you can jump in along the way if you prefer to do that. So now, before I introduce our guest speakers for today, and we're very excited to have some experts in the field come along and talk to us today, I'd just like to give you a bit of an update on who Trade Travel is and what we do, and a reminder for those who haven't contacted us before. So I'm also going to say, well, the weather has been a little bit cold, so it is very apt that we are talking about Queensland today. So let's jump into it. I'd just like to talk a little bit about who we are and what we do. We are a specialist company that offers tours, free and independent, and holiday packages for the mature traveller or seniors of 60 years and over. We're part of the National Travel Group, so we do have National Seniors Travel, National Travel, so that's more for your bespoke style FIT. If you were keen on doing something with your families and booking your free and independent travel, that sits under National Travel. If you're a member of National Seniors, we do have packages available for discounted options for National Seniors members. And lastly, today is all about talking about trade travel. So trade travel is more for your Probus Club group touring. So we have both public and group departures available through trade travel. So our partners, we're very excited to say that we do have some great partners within the senior associations. Probus being one of our partners who we've been involved with since 2005. So it's a very long and prosperous partnership for many years. And then we also have National Seniors Australia. And recently we've been working with retirement villages like the Oveo brand and also Lavonde. So we're excited to be exploring those partnerships as well. I wanted to just touch on also that trade travel is Australian owned, so your money does stay right here in Australia, and we have been in business for over 30 years. And I think that's important for a lot of your members to know that as well. Yeah, sorry, next slide. So our services, I've touched on that. We do cruising and holiday packages with National Seniors Travel and with National Travel. But today we are talking more about your escorted touring, and that sits under the Trade Travel brand. And I wanted to highlight what's always included in our escorted tourings, and that is always quality accommodation, minimum of a two-course of a buffet hot breakfast of a morning, as well as a minimum two-course evening meal. All the experienced guides, local experts, a touring coach, commentary on the coach, transport and transfers, any airfares that are included in, if we had to fly to Adelaide or if we were flying to Borneo, for example, your airfares would be included from your home port, and all of a host and all of the attractions that we visit during the itinerary is included in the price. So really you're only putting your hand in your pocket for things like coffees and maybe a lunch here or there. You pay the end price up front, and you won't be paying out much whilst you're on tour. Next slide. So some of our touring options, we do private groups, public tours, short breaks, and today we're obviously highlighting some of our Australian destinations, and particularly the outback of Queensland. So to welcome our first speaker today, who's talking about Queensland's Southern Outback and our wonderful itineraries, I'd like to introduce Anita. So over to you, Anita.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the presentation today. As Kayleen said, I'm taking you through the Queensland Southern Outback Trail. This is a 10-day, 9-night tour, which will include Outback station visits, beautiful cotton farms, lots of different things. I've just lost my words. Just excuse me for a minute. Okay, next slide, please. So you can see the journey there. You've got places like Roma and Charleville and Quilpie, Eromanga, Thargomindah, Cunnamulla and St George. Okay, moving through to the next one. Okay, when we get to Roma, this is when we're talking about cattle country. Now, as part of the itinerary, one of the inclusions is the Big Rig Night Show, where you get to understand more about the oil and gas industry. Other things that we can do once we're in Roma, you've got Outback station visits like the Massey Down Station. There's also a new Western Spirit distillery where you can do a behind the scenes tour and a tasting and a dinner. But one of the highlights is actually the station, the cattle station visit there that you can see. Okay, next slide, please. Now, where you stay is at the Roma Explorers Inn. It's very good accommodation. Next slide. So Charleville is home of the Bilby. It's also home of the where you can actually go and stay at visit the Hotel Coronis on a history tour and learn the story about Harry Coronis. One of the other highlights is visiting the Cosmos Centre, where you can learn about the cosmos, all of the stars, and you do you visit. Sorry, I've lost my words today. Ellen, you can do a. Can you help me just for a second? I've just lost my words.
No, yeah. So the Cosmos Centre is fantastic, Charleville, and have night sky viewing, but of course, they have an attraction that takes you back in time through the stars and all sorts of philosophers and different things involved. But it's the night sky viewing, the actual Cosmos night show, that people really enjoy. And it takes a while for people's eyes to actually adjust, and then they get right into it. So they do it really well in keeping. It's not too long. It only goes for 40 minutes to an hour for the actual night sky viewing. And if it's really cold, they're not out in it amongst it too long. It's really well done.
Thanks, Ellen. Okay. Then we have the World War II Secrets Tour, where you can learn the story of what's happened in the in World War II and why Charleville was chosen as the top secret base. Another attraction in Charleville is the Outback Date Farm, where you can learn what's happened with why the dates are grown there. You can taste the dates, and yeah, it's a great experience to include. Next slide, please. Accommodation in Charleville, we stay at the Mulga Country Motor Inn in Charleville. Very good 4-star accommodation. Next slide, please. Sorry. Okay. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. Then we move into Quilpie, which is known as the Opal Town. You call into the Visitor Information Centre, and they've got a hop-on guide where they take you on a town tour. Jess, one of the Visitor Information Centre guides, is I think she's a 5th generation Tully, so one of the originals. So you're up for a great story as she hops on the bus there and tells you all about the local lookouts. Takes you to a place called Baldy Top Lookout, which is the bottom slide down the bottom there. St Finnegan's Opal Altar. There's a great story around that. I won't spoil that, but there's a great story as to why the opal altar is that size. And the Brick Hotel is a great heritage property there, where you can go and have a lunch there. Brenda does a fabulous lunch there. And yeah, Quilpie's just a really nice, real cool town to visit. Only small, but it's got a lot to offer. Next slide. Okay, and this is Margaret from Tuguna Plains Farm Stay. So from Quilpie, you drive about 45 minutes west to a place called Tuguna Plains Farm Stay. It only opened in April last year. It's a 120,000 acre sheep and cattle property. So quite small, as you can imagine there. But one of the highlights there is that sand dune there that you saw is they take them out to the sand dunes at sunset. And honestly, it's a really special experience that you have there. Nothing like standing on the sand dunes at sunset with a glass of wine. So picture yourself there. So the accommodation, you've got the, if you can have a look through, well, what they're mostly queen or twins, but you've got a nice, beautiful linens and toiletries. Breakfast is included in the bush kitchen, and there's paddock to plate group dining options. The highlight of this place, I have to say, is Fiona. Fiona is an amazing cook, amazing. And anyone who goes there, it's all about the food. Next slide. So you can see the red sand dunes down the bottom there. That's people walk. You don't have to walk up them if you don't want to. You can stand down the bottom with a glass of wine and cheer everyone on, but it's not that hard to walk there. You can see some of the guests there on the station tour. I haven't got a picture of Adam. I think I took it out, but Adam's a real Outback station guy, and he's very, very straight-faced, and everyone loves him that when he takes them on the station tour. So you stay 2 nights at Tuguna, so you really get to experience the Channel Country. Next slide. But the food is amazing, I will say. The food is amazing. Next slide. Okay. And Tuguna is only, about 20 to 25 minutes drive from the Eromanga Natural History Museum. So the Eromanga Natural History Museum is best known for its finding for Cooper, which is the largest ever Australian dinosaur. So think the length of a basketball court, and the height of a factory floor, and you're probably looking at Cooper with that. But the good news is he was a vegetarian, so I think we're okay with that. You have, and when you're there, sorry, I'll just flick you back. You have a one hour tour of the museum, and then but we go in the afternoon, and you have sunset drinks in the pavilion area. You can see that at the side, and then you go in for a magnificent 5-course degustation dinner in the museum. And that is, of course, Fiona doubling up and heading over there to cook. By the way, her nephew runs the museum from the operations side. They keep it all in the family there in Eromanga. But it's a really wonderful experience. Okay, and then you head back to Tuguna for your second night. Next slide, please. And then from there, you're going to continue on. Let's have the next stop. Oh my God, Anita. The next stop is, if you look at Thargomindah and Cunnamulla. So Thargomindah is the home of the hydropower plant story. It's a really nice little town to visit. I think on the itinerary, you've got a 1-night itinerary there. And the Visitor Information Centre team there are really keen. You've got a lot of 3rd, 4th generation people there who really know their stuff and take you through the town story. Then moving on to Cunnamulla. Now, I know a lady from Cunnamulla. I think she might be actually on this call. I think her name's Pieta. Yeah. But she runs a great pub there called Club Boutique Cunnamulla, and that's where the accommodation is. I'm not going to take a lot away from Pieta on this because I know she knows a hell of a lot more about it than me, but there's some pictures there of Club Boutique Cunnamulla. It's the 3rd version of it, isn't it, Pieta? Yeah, yes. But things that you've got boutique hotel suites, you've got ensuite glamping tents. There's a nightly dinner and show, so you really get in with the locals there. There's a Sunday night campfire dinner and show, and Pieta also has a town bus and can take people around. So there's lots to do in Cunnamulla. Next story. Okay, and the last stop along the way is you've got St George. So St George, you can do a cruise on the river, on the Boulogne River at sunset. That is a wonderful experience at that time of night, and Brett does a fabulous commentary there. You can visit the westernmost winery called River Sands Wine, and they also do a cotton farm tour. They partner up, and so you're really getting the industry experience there. And there's also further down, there's the silos, so you can go and see the painted silos, and that's definitely worth a look. And I know that's part of the tour that you have there. So that's pretty well the tour. I think that's the end of the slide, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're on to, oh, hello, Pieter. On to you.
Hello. Thank you very much, Anita. That was fantastic. Sometimes we have days like that where we just cannot get our words out. I understand. So I just want to, before I introduce Pieter, I just wanted to also let you all know that these itineraries we're offering today do vary in price. Pieter's, for example, will be a stay-put itinerary. Anita, who just went through our Queensland Southern Outback, which does move along the way and is a little bit different price to what Pieter's offering. And likewise, when Alan talks at the end of the presentation, that will be again some different options for your club. So feel free to reach out to any of your area sales managers once we've talked about this to ask which option best suits your club. So without further ado, over to you, Pieter, to talk all things Cunnamulla. I've actually stayed out with Pieter and it is a fabulous experience. So over to you.
Hello, everybody. How yous going? I hope you're all going good. And thanks for your time today. We really appreciate it. My name is Pieter Mills, and I was born in Cunnamulla, had probably 20 years away in different stints all over the country. And 22 years ago, came home and started a tour company. And I started it because everything and everyone was gloom and doom. We went from the wealthiest postcode in Australia to probably close to the poorest after the crash of the wool industry. And I could see so many opportunities where we could bring people and package things where the locals didn't value, but other people do. So I'm a fifth generation Cunnamulla born. My parents are never left. They say they're going to Boot Hill here. And we chose to package this package exclusively to Trade Travel. The reason we've done that is they have 30 years experience, as Kayleen has just said, but we love to work with them because they make sure that the people are fit for purpose. And by that, I mean, they're not going to sell you something to take your money. They're selling you an experience. Barney? Sorry, they're selling you an experience that you're investing in, that they want you to enjoy so much that you can't wait to have another experience with them. Other organisations send people that aren't capable of enjoying the thing. So that's why we chose to exclusively put this package to Trade Travel. Their team is very experienced, and you would know that already because you deal with them a lot. Their booking and follow through is meticulous, and that means there's very few problems, if ever. Their mindset is, if something happens, how do we fix it? And that's how we operate as well. So we have put together an indulgence in the Outback package, and it goes all around Cunnamulla. There's a $13 million Cunnamulla hot springs that has opened up. It's absolutely amazing. And there's lots of bathing and wellness experiences. So our package is very different in that you're coming to Cunnamulla. From New South Wales, it's 6 days, 5 nights. From Queensland, it's 4 days, 5 nights. And you're staying at our hotel the entire time. So there's really no hustle and bustle. It's all about food, bathing, relaxing. And we're really looking for you to relax, revitalise and reset. So it's a magnificent short break or package to have in between some of your other larger travels, that you get home and you're a little bit tired. From this, you're going to go home and you're going to feel really good about yourself. You're going to feel really well and relaxed. We know that because we have done this many times, and we make sure that we do it well because we really care about the people. There's some amazing food, scenery. As Kayleen said earlier, trade travel, make sure that the meals and everything's included. So really, apart from if you want to buy a coffee or a drink, that you really don't have to put your hand in your pocket. So a full buffet cooked breakfast every morning. If we're going somewhere that's out of the way, we cut lunch, even though it's not in there. So again, we want people to be comfortable and have everything they need. And then at night, it's always a 2-course dinner. We also have a 5-course progressive dinner on this package, and it's twisted in with some great spots around the town that we really love and have had some great experiences with. As I said, you're in the same accommodation each night, so you can settle in and relax. And you don't have to pack up each day and move. My mum says the only thing that's not 5-star here is me. Pretty rude, but pretty true. So we'd be very excited to speak to you further or to book you in. There's some set public dates. We're partnered with Regional Express Rex Airlines. You fly into Cunnamulla on a Wednesday and out on a Sunday, both out of Brisbane. The Sydney or New South Wales package is added on to that. And then we pick you up at the airport. So pretty much I'm personally your slave the entire time you're here. We're right in the centre of Cunnamulla. Everything is easy, and we have lots of fun. So we've got musicians and different touring that we do as well, but everything's very relaxed and easy. Everything in our venues on one level. Yeah, come out and kick your heels up in Outback Queensland, become Cunnamulla fellas for a week.
This is that's one slightly hotter, and then there's the one next thing. Yeah, and the one up on the top, I believe, is the hottest, and it's got the punch board next to it. Yeah.
Okay, looks like I'm done and you're ready for Alan. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Peter. Hey, g'day, troops. It's Smithy from Outback Aussie Tours in Longridge. Thank you so much for coming together today. It's a pleasure to be working with Trade Travel again. We've known of each other for probably nearly 30 years, and it's a great association because we both believe in care, attention, and good value. The products I've got to share with you today come with a good base. I don't know if you can tell which one's me to the left and the right, but this is probably a few years ago when we started off. We're a family-run business. This is my wife, Sue. She wasn't my wife on the left. She definitely is on the right. But that's just the before and after with Outback Aussie Tours. We're going into our 39th year of Outback Aussie Tours next year, so we're nearly settled in. But building a team wrapped around strong family values is really important for us, and sharing local knowledge is the signature of our Outback hospitality. Next slide, please, mate. And what underpins that service delivery to the visitor experience really is partly to do with the Savannah Guides. Savannah Guides is a network of independent operators and guides right across Northern Australia, and we come together to basically learn off each other, but it's about care, attention, taking the scientific world, the Indigenous world, and the local grazier world and turning into layman's terms and stories that people can understand, but also become quite emotive and really help connect people to country in an extra value. And being an eco-certified nature tourism operator, we guarantee that. Next slide, please. Some of the diversity that we have in the experience is done in a certain style. You can see one of our trucks there on the left. This is near Patuda, out on the Corner Country tour, and this is a modern Aboriginal art. They're all coloured stones that create that rainbow surf, and it's a must-to stop between Patuda and Birdsville. Incredible country, enormous big skies, but comfort. You can see there with the big four-wheel drive. It's all airbag suspension on the back end. It's more comfortable than a coach anywhere in Australia. They're very, very well set up. Full coach seats in the back, full coach windows, but only 30 seats maximum, where we take about 20 to 24 guests as a rule. You can see our train. We've got a lovely rail motor, heritage rail motor that we run out from Longreach, and that's included in a lot of the packaging, including the Corner Country when the group comes back in through Longreach. And you can see one of our trucks, the big giant nest there again on the right. So next slide, please. Homemade cooking is everything. This is a nice little video just to give you a bit of a taste. We'll see if the sound comes through on this. Doesn't. Yeah. So the loading, I don't know if you guys can hear that. Thumbs down if you can't. No. Okay, so we operate from the Cape York down to Cameron Corner. There's some beautiful sand dune country, some wetlands, Birdsville, some life on the train, all aboard mixed seining, and we're going out to the Great Dar River Run or out to Ilfracombe. This is a 1971 rail motor that's been fully restored. It's in beautiful condition, where the windows open up and the outside world comes in, and we interpret this landscape like you wouldn't believe. And wildlife, kangaroos, different coloured country, all around Longreach. It is quite diversified, particularly to the west of the town. And these little rail motor experiences only from 2 hours to 4 hours, and they fit into a lot of the itineraries of the groups coming through, which works very well. Boil in the billy, old-fashioned smokers, jam drops, and the old pineapple fruit cake. Learning to crack the whip, that's a bit of fun. And of course, we have a boat on the river at Longreach, the MV Explorer, and it's a lot of fun there on the river. We just come back really slowly where the lights change, and the twilight after sunset is magic. And all the people that work at Smithy's work there because they love it. They become part of the experience. This is Corinne, a fantastic local entertainer that really brings the crowd alive in a great storytelling type of music. Dinosaurs are incredible up around Winton, and we include these in all the tours that go through Winton. And of course, the Qantas story is just amazing and what there is. But there's our aerial quickly of the Rainbow Serpent, the Qantas Museum, dinosaurs, and this lovely looking truck. And there's a little bit of Cobalt Gorge, and see the gorge from the air there, see the jump up country around Winton. And there's quite some wild country around there. This is the Bloomfield Tracks, and there's all sorts of diversity we do on tours. But you get an idea. It's a big landscape, but amongst that big landscape, there's some really hidden gems. We like to share them either by rail, road, or in sometimes scenic air flight. It works well together. That was an impromptu voiceover of the video. There's no sound. So we have some lovely products here. And the first one I'd like to talk about is the Longreach and Winton package. This one here is actually 3 nights in Longreach and 2 nights in Winton. It's designed to be really comfortable and really no big kilometres any one day. But the thing is, look at that landscape where the dinosaurs are on the top right. This is like out of Africa, but it's not. It's out of Winton. And the dinosaur discoveries are quite incredible in Outback Queensland. And Winton's just part of that matrix of an incredible story that's still unfolding. But the Walsh Matilda Centre's down there to the right, the only museum in the world dedicated to a song in Winton. And in our time in Winton, we actually do a dinosaur dinner up on that jump up, looking out over probably 400 square miles of country with the naked eye, with replica dinosaur bones on the table for something different. And it's called a dinosaur barbecue. And then, of course, on the left-hand side, you can see the Stockman's Hall of Fame, which is a great icon. It has a new cinematic experience inside with a brand new show last year for the live Stockman show. All of that's included in this tour. And, of course, there's a cruise on the river and a whole lot of stuff packaged together in Longreach. And we meet the flights that come in and depart the flights that go out, and lots of great experiences in between. That's effectively our legendary Longreach and Winton, which is a great tour, which we've been doing for some years and just gets better. But next slide, we've got a new product that's come online. And this new product is, whoops. Okay, sorry. The next product here is the Outback Whistle Stop The Outback Whistle Stop is a program we've designed really just for Longreach as a whistle stop for repeat visitors or people that actually enjoy the old romance of rail. So we've actually put a different little tiny rail journey on each day. So on a Monday, there's a Silvertail sunset. It's a lovely welcome with canapes on the train as the sun sets over the different types of country. There's champagne on arrival into the train, and it is fully licensed for a drink. It's only a little 2-hour welcome. But the next day, we actually go out to Ilfracombe, home to the pub, to the old Welshot Hotel, and have a pub lunch that goes to the east. And then we do the Great Dar River Run on the Wednesday. So it splits it all out. And in amongst those 3 different days, we actually do the Hall of Fame, the Qantas Museum, but we do it a little bit different. So the Qantas Museum is a nighttime or late afternoon nighttime thing where it's a dinner inside the museum. So it's actually quite a different way of doing Longreach as well. We also have a property called Rosebank Station, which we visit, and that's me on the top left-hand side, just talking about Rose and James Mackenzie, who took up that block, and that was a wedding photo of them taken in January 1901, all with about 3 layers of clothing and 42 degrees. Beautiful, great, good old days. But anyway, look, let's go to the next slide. There's another product I'd really like to share with you. This is the Great Corner Country, the Corner Country Explorer. You can see the map, bottom right-hand side there. So we connect the Rex flight out of Brisbane into Charleville, 2 nights at Charleville. Have a look at all those great things in Charleville, the World War II Centre, the Bilby, the Cosmos, and the Date Farm. The great spots in Charleville. Highly recommend it any way you do it to get to Charleville. And of course out to Tooginna for 2 nights. And then we go down to Tibooburra in New South Wales. We go to Cameron's Corner, then up to around Inamika. We retrace the steps of Burke and Wills, the famous lost explorers all those years ago that created a lot of interest to the media in their times. And we see physically where they disappeared, where they had their hardships, but also get a really good idea of the country that they endured for the first time as Europeans. From there, we head up to Birdsville for a couple of nights, go out to Big Red, the famous Big Red for sunset. Getting to the corner on the way between Tibooburra and Inamika, by the way, is one of the bucket list destinations to get to the corner. That particular corner is obviously where New South Wales, South Australia and Queensland join, and it is a sense of achievement, and it's the start of the Strzelecki Desert, and there's 209 sand dunes in one particular location as part of the journey, but lots of different stony desert and other different environments that we enjoyed. From Birdsville, you got the amazing and fantastic iconic Birdsville Hotel, where we actually stay, good ensuite rooms and great food and tucker. And there's aerial flights to Lake Eyre this year as well for that one because the lake's looking amazing. But from Birdsville, we head up to Boulia. And up at Boulia, you've got the Min Min encounter. So there's a mysterious light called the Min Min lights. And we go through into that a little bit. And we've got a centre dedicated to it. It's quite a bit of fun, but some real stories about that landscape right back to the Indigenous times to modern pioneer days and right through to today where there's still sightings of this light. And then, of course, from Boulia, we head through to Winton, have a look at some of the good things at Winton for a night, and then into Longreach for a couple of nights and back on the train. And in Longreach, of course, we do some great iconic things, including the train journey on Sunday out to Ilfracombe for lunch as a nice little fun farewell of the tour. And then on the plane or the train back to Brisbane. So a real sense of achievement at the corner. And the whistle stop is great about trains, the romance of rail. And with the other whistle stop one, we can add on, we've got a 5-night option there. So if you want to just do all nights based in Longreach, we can do a 5-night there with a day trip to Winton. And there is a price that Trade Travel have got worked out for that as well. And that's a great way to do it. Or you can do the Longreach and Winton tour, which stays 3 nights in Longreach and 2 nights in Winton. That sort of wraps up the product for Outback Aussie Tours. I really do thank everybody's time today. It's great to see everyone come together, and isn't technology great when it's working? It's fantastic. Thanks very much, Trade Travel. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. And as we mentioned, there are varying prices depending on what your clubs need. And even though Alan did mention it goes back into Brisbane, if you're in Victoria, South Australia, WA, New South Wales, we will obviously organise from that home port for you to get to Brisbane to make all this work. And that's what the team's really good at Trade Travel. So why choose us? Because obviously we can make all that work for you as well. And we're incredibly nice people. We'd love to have you travel with us. But we've been in business, as I said, for over 30 years, Australian accredited, Australian owned. And we also have support for you as well. So we have your own dedicated consultant who looks after you from the very beginning of your process of making the booking with us right through until when you get home. So you're never on your own when you're touring. And of course, you have your dedicated host on tour with you as well. We were nominated last year for the Tourism Awards, so we're very excited to be a finalist there. We have 24-hour help, which is what you need when you're traveling, because those of you, and I know a lot of you in Probus have travelled for a very long time, not all travel goes according to the arrangements, so you do need to have people who can take care of you and look out for you as you travel along. We offer travel insurance. We use a couple of companies, so you're welcome to get a quote with us. And if you're traveling together as a group, you do get a discount off your insurance, but please reach out to your area sales manager and they can update you further on the information regarding travel insurance. And lastly, not least, if you want to know what the new products are coming out, like with Alan's new product, or what tours we have available for you to join our travel club. We do send out a small email every few weeks to update you on what we have available, and keep an eye on our website. It's always a good source of information of what we have available. We do have a loyalty program as well, as we'd like to reward you for being loyal to us. So we do offer discounts once you have travelled with us for a number of tours. So again, your area sales manager can update you on where you sit with that and where you're up to with your tours. But generally speaking, if you've travelled 3 times with us, your 4th tour you'll get a discount on. So, and you will be up to date with special events and early access to anything we have available as a rewards program. So I'm going to open up now for any questions. I do have a comment from Ray Kepi for Smithy, who said, just pulled up some photos taken in 2016 on our tour with you. Great memories. So that's good. Maite, your emails are up on the screen. You might want to jump out of that. So anyone got any questions? I'll open the floor now for Q&A if we can. And feel free to jump in and ask any questions. As we mentioned earlier, you can share this presentation with your Probus members if you're looking to do long reach. The team Australia-wide is available if you would like us to come in and do a presentation at your club, particularly if you've chosen something as one of these packages that Anita, Alan or Pierre talked about today. We can either invite one of them to come in with us, or your area sales manager can come and have a chat to you about these destinations. Does anyone have any questions at all? You're all very quiet. Any comments or questions?
Yeah, Gail's got a question.
Gail.
Or no, maybe not. Okay.
Well, hopefully we've been able to answer all of your questions and give you an update on the beautiful Queensland Southern Outback. It's one of my favourites. I've done the tour that Anita was talking about. I've stayed with Pieta, and I'm very much looking forward to heading up to see Alan sooner rather than later. And it is a beautiful part of the world and something that we should all try and get out to see. So thank you very much for your time today, everybody. And we look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.